I carry my passport
Yes,
card,
sir.
the highest
Yes, sir.
form of identification everywhere I go. But I've been traveling all over the world. Even better now, thanks to this, thanks to my status, my status correction. You feel me? Which is the proper terminology for this, because I
Mm-hmm.
corrected my status so where I can move around like a real American. You feel me? And understand the right that I have to walk on this soil and to be free and self govern myself. Self governance, like you always show us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man. But I gotta be a little extra with it now because like I've had my status for a couple of years now. Could be, when I drove across country, I got pulled over about 3, 4 times in Texas. I got tickets for speeding everywhere I went. None of the tickets showed up. I didn't check it years later. Ain't nothing in the system. But um,
But then you had your last time you got put over just a couple of days ago.
no, this is what I'm getting to
Yeah.
because I ain't had a reminder about how good my status was in a
Yeah.
minute. You feel me? So yesterday was a reminder. That's why we got to step this up. Everybody got to get your consultations. It ain't about business. It's just about handling your business. It's not. It's bigger than money. That's why Yamashiach don't charge a $1 billion for this or 50,000. He could be charging them a bunch of this. But the biggest step will make it fair and conventional for y'all. So
And they still complain.
and they still be complaining, which is so crazy. I don't understand, but it's cool. Closed mouths don't get fed, and you know, closed ears don't get knowledge. So you got to understand and pay attention. So just the other day, I'm on the freeway rushing on the 405. I'm in California now. These
Mm-hmm.
highway patrol, these LAPD, they don't be playing. I'm going 90 miles an hour by myself in the carpool lane. Okay, I'm in the carpool by myself, going about 90 miles an hour, literally 90.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dripping so I'm driving so fast. I see the highway patrol as I'm driving. I got like a little bit nervous because I'm speeding. But
Yeah.
my confidence is so high because I don't care. I'm in my mind. I'm like, pull me over.
And you're
So
like 30 miles over, 30 miles per hour over
30
the
miles.
joint.
I'm over the speed limit for sure. I'm good 25. I think they upped it to 70 now. So I was going about 90, 95. I'm over the speed limit. So of course I'm starting, but there was a couple exits before my exit. The highway patrol gets behind me. He turns on his lights. I'm like, okay, here we go. But I don't pull over on the freeway either. Like I got a rule about that. I gotta be comfortable. I gotta feel good about it. And these, like on the back of my steppers only shirt, it says police or public service. I'll show that later. But he worked for me. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to violate him. I'm gonna respect those lights and the law. But I'm gonna pull over when I feel safe and comfortable. So I got off the freeway, kept driving, pulled into a parking lot of a gas station. The cop gets out the car. He's like, man, you were speeding. I said, yes, sir, I know I was. I'm a U.S. national. I'm traveling in my own capacity. Here's my identification. He's like, what? I said, here's my identification. He said, you don't have a driver's license? I said, sir, I just told you. I'm a U.S. national. I'm traveling in my own capacity. And I know I was speeding. So here you go. You feel me?
Right, right.
And I also had my wife. My wife was on the phone, so she's hearing this because she literally had texted me before. Because I told her I was getting pulled over. She literally texted me. She was like, "Hey, by the way, did you show them your status? Because she knows about how you got me right." She's like, "Did you show your status?" I said, "Of course. Why would I show any other identification but the one that matters?" So
Mm-hmm.
I give him my identification, bro. He comes back and he asks me a couple questions like, "Hey, who's this car? Whose car? Who's this registered to?" I said, "This car is registered to my wife's family." But I said, "Why is everything good?" He said, "No, I just wanted to make sure, this is your vehicle." I said, "Officer, I just told you everything you need to know. This is my car." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, and you're right." Because I actually had told him, I said, "Yeah, I'm a U.S. national, driver, my own capacity." But I also said I'm on a do not detain list. I actually said that to him. He comes back and says, "Yeah, you're right, sir. You are on a do not detain. And you know what? I'm not even going to give you a ticket. Have a nice day." No conversation. No, 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 no. Because sometimes the cop will try to argue with you and go back and forth.
Yeah.
But he must have dealt with this a few times and understood. that people have corrected their statuses. But he literally confirmed and told me, "Yeah, you are on a do not detain. Have a nice day." It was so nice to me. Shook my hand, gave me dap.
No ticket.
No ticket. I'm not even what you sometimes they even give you a physical warning. They'll write the
Yeah,
warning out. He didn't give
yeah,
me that. He was like, "Sir, I'm not gonna give you a ticket. Have a nice day. Just drive a little more careful next time." Literally, that's literally how it went.
yes, bro.
Like,
Exactly.
and I gotta say it, I owe that to my best friend that helped me. Because if I'd had my regular California driver's license, I would have got a ticket. I probably would have got in trouble because they put you in different jurisdictions when you follow under their laws, and you allow them to treat you like a slave.
And then anything over 20 miles an hour is good. Reckless driving. So then everybody try to, you know what I'm
Exactly,
saying, arrest you,
exactly. And
all
I've
that
gotten that
shit.
before. I've had my license suspended for driving 100 miles an hour before. So I that's definitely reckless driving. But no, I didn't get any of that. Nothing. I gotta have a nice day and a handshake.
And you know, a lot of times when they pull us over, bro, it's just an excuse to do other things, to search our vehicle, to figure out if we got warrants. They're literally trying to arrest us. So to go
Yes,
from, you know what I mean? You got to also remember that they commissioned like car salesmen. So like for
yes.
him to not
The
write that
quota
ticket, yeah, is not meeting his quota. So he understands that it's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying?
is
Because
not.
I can just pull over somebody else and he's not
Yeah,
gonna have that
and
status.
he lucky I didn't have my injunction and my fee schedule on me, because
Yeah.
you just had me do all of that. Because
Yeah,
then
but
because then we would have been really close, like you said. You remember how you told me, "Hey, we're gonna be close. We're gonna be married." I'm
yeah.
gonna
Yeah, I'm be on you every day, nigga. Like when you
every
married,
day,
boy, making sure I press the button on you so you can stop. You gotta get out. You say the thing about it. Us not getting tickets is one thing. Us affecting their money and their bonds is another
a
thing.
whole
You
another
know what I mean?
thing.
When we start affecting them, that's what gets them to start acting different.
Yes,
You feel what I'm saying? So I
yes,
like that. So let's move over because I don't want the video to be too long. What
of
about your
course.
experiences in with jobs or check systems or anything like that? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I mean, obviously, I mean, I'm just be real with y'all. Because I've been to jail and all of that, prison, all of that. So I actually, because you got to understand, I look at fraud and all that stuff different now, because like identity theft and all that is different when you using fake information. But now, even when I fill out applications, I don't put my social. I use the numbers on my passport ID card, and it's not fraud because I'm myself. So I'm just giving them a different form of my status and my identification, so that way I don't have to be judged because they
Here's the thing
judge
about it.
us.
Here's the thing about that though. It ain't about being fraud or not, because if they ask you for your social and you put in 456890261, it's not gonna pop up. Nothing. It's not a real number and it's not associated to your name, so it won't be fraud. It won't be nothing. You won't even be able to use it. The fact that you're
Exactly.
able to replace your social with your passport card number is
And go get
because
bank
it's tied
accounts and trust
into.
accounts. I got a trust account right now. I got multiple business accounts. I got personal account. I got all of it right now, standing
Yes.
on it,
Yeah, man.
operating in that capacity right now.
So we done did a lot of different things.